The dear respected brothers and sisters, we're going to go into some small detail of what is called Hadith QUDSI, the holy hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking in this hadith. Now, what is Hadith QUDSI? Some say that the Hadith QUDSI is not the Quran, but some ulama say that Hadith QUDSI was given to the Prophet ﷺ in dreams. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was speaking to the Prophet ﷺ, teaching him in dreams when he was dreaming. And he had to interpretate that dream he had when he was communicating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had to interpretate that ta'wil in his words so that you can understand. Hadith QUDSI was given to him in dreams, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking. It is not the Quran, but Allah is speaking, but the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to give the ta'awil, the interpretations of this hadith in his words. Now, there's many Hadith QUDSI. What's so beautiful about it that Allah is speaking to you. Now, what we're going to do with this course, I'm going to explain each Sahaba who related this hadith and some things of their story. This particular hadith is quoted by Abu Hurairah. Now, who is Abu Hurairah? Now, Abu Hurairah was not with the Prophet ﷺ when he was in Mecca. He's with the Prophet ﷺ while he was traveling to Medina. He's on his way to Medina. Abu Hurairah related thousands on top of thousands of hadith. And he was of the people, al-Suf, he was of the people who was the students of the Prophet ﷺ that lived in the masjid. Some said that Abu Hurairah was actually from Yemen. Subhanallah. Now, what's so beautiful about Abu Hurairah, that he went to the Prophet ﷺ one time, and he said, yeah, Habibullah alayhi salatu salam, I have a problem memorizing these hadith these sayings that you've given us. The Prophet ﷺ grabbed Abu Hurairah and he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase the memory of Abu Hurairah. Subhanallah, look at this. So his memory became strong. When Abu Hurairah, when he was older, was so beautiful, he used to make dhikr with the knots of the string. The knots of the strings, dhikr of hadith, quoting the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ on each of those strings. Now, one thing about Abu Hurairah, his mother turned against him because she didn't want him to be a Muslim when he was young. And she pretty much turned her back on him. He went to the Prophet ﷺ, make dua that my mother accept the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And guess what? She did. Never underestimate your dua between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He talks about his mercy on humanity. Now, but let me quote this hadith. Abi Hurairah قال قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم لما قضى الله الخلق, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed the creation, he pledged, he made a vow. Look at what he said. كتب في كتابه على نفسي وهو موضوع عنده إن رحمتي تغلب غضبي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Allah made a vow. He put in the decree in the book. What book is he talking about? Law Mahfuz, the protected tablets. He put in this book. He gave his word and he said, command the pen to write. Put in there that my rahmah, my mercy, and then he said, rahmati. This means that my mercy, but he used rahmati. All different types of my mercy. Taghlibu ghadabi. But my mercy got the muscle. It will always prevail. He had the muscle that it will always prevail over my anger. This is my word that it will always prevail over my anger. Now Allah is talking to you and I. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, look at here. Before my creation, I put in the book in Lord Mahfuz. And in that book, it has a keeper. Who's the keeper? It's what I feel. I put in the book. Now some say that book, mashallah ta'ala, Lord Mahfuz, is the size of the heavens and the earth. And it's thick. It got garnets and lights in it. The pen is made out of nur. And Allah commanded the pen right from the beginning to the last. And the first thing he put, this my word, wallahi, to who I am. My mercy will always prevail with muscle over my anger. There's one hadith of the Prophet ﷺ as well. They said what's on top of that book is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And you go to the next page of the book. We don't know how the pages look. The first thing Allah said, my mercy will always prevail over my anger. Subhanallah. Now, as one beautiful hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and we will go in detail of this hadith. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.